Okay. San, how you doing? Okay, zero is still a short and needs to be corrected. Fortunately, it is not a technical analysis point of view of this workshop at the moment, San. It is mainly more about the mental state, because technical analysis actually, it's easy. But I'm not going to be analyzing trades for now. I'm just mainly creating some form of plan for you guys on how you will be able to consistently make money basically in 2013. Having said that, I will explain to you why. Alright, part of the self-awareness, the unconscious incompetent. Abraham Maslow, which is one of my favorites as well, based on psychologist, one of the pioneers of psychology, stated that the four parts of learning, and the first part is what we call the unconscious incompetent, where they don't know what they don't know. So this is pretty much a big issue with novice traders. Well, there's a plethora of information out there in the trading industry. There's so much information, but the question is, what is really the right information for you? That is the most important part, and to simplify everything that from you learn, to simplify it, that will suit best, that will suit you, right? Okay. So traders either buy or sell way too late. Traders follow the crowd and do not have a trading strategy. Traders trade based on news. Traders cut out good trades and keep the poor ones. So I see one guy already left because I just said that, yeah, I'm not going to talk about any technical analysis over here. It's like, oh, what am I supposed to do then? Right. So these are the major reasons on why traders lose money. I put a star over there because this is what Terry Odin's basically part of his research on what he found through his years of researching. So Terry Odin's from Berkeley. Yeah, I mean, he used to be from Berkeley. And he did a lot of research in terms of the probabilities on why is it really traders losing money. So 75% lose money based on either they buy or sell way too late, they not follow the crowd and do not have the trading strategy, they trade based on news, or they cut out the good trades and keep the poor ones. And he also found out that 100% of full-time day traders will actually lose money. Last month in December, went to New York and presented at and consulted in actually one of the hedge funds over there, and I spoke in front of some traders. And one guy who used to trade on the floor, he makes on average about $300,000 in one day, and sometimes he loses $500,000 in one day, and that's his basically biggest loss. So, but he's seen as well people who used to trade on the floor after a week on a good, in a bad trading environment. Traders who are new, after a week they're gone, they're no longer there. So, but I asked him, so what is really the key that the traders who lasted longer in the trading floor like yourself? So one is that, excuse my language, but he said you need to have a lot of balls if you want to trade in the marketplace. Because he says, in the floor, people used to have fights. I used to have fights with some of the traders because, the floor you can see supply and demand. It's a bit more easier. You can see who's trading, who's there, right? And if you want something, you have to fight for it. Because if you don't fight for it, then the other person will get it better price than you. So that's how price action can move to the upside. And now if it's onto the downside, if you're not fast enough to sell whatever you've got, and you're way too late, either you've made a loss or you're done. What happens if there is no people out there that will be able to buy or sell your stuff? Then you're screwed. So these are the things that, as an online trader, is mainly some of the challenges that people can't really fully understand on what's really happening behind the scenes of the marketplace, and hence that's why they have trading systems. So they also explained to me that floor traders are currently having challenges when it comes to online trading is because they cannot see the emotion any longer, and all they see is a screen. And they said, there's a lot of it's a big BS. This is bullshit. So you can't do anything anymore. And so the first year or so, they struggled
Hello?
when it comes to trading. Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Oh, sorry. So
No,
sorry about
not a problem. So yeah, it's a very, very interesting. It's always sometimes I like to go to New York, and meet traders and just learn more from their experience as well. And please do the same. If you meet, if you go to New York, if you could be able to meet anybody basically who used to trade on the floor, ask questions, because you would be able to learn a lot from these guys. Okay, if you have any questions, just feel free, just let me know, and please share, right? Okay, not knowing when to enter and when to exit. This is a common challenge of traders in 2012 from my own personal experience as a teacher, as a coach, and as a presenter. So 2012, I don't know how many traders I've met, not just from the meetup groups, but also from presenting from other groups. Probably on average more than about 1,000 students, 1,000 traders, not students, sorry, 1,000 traders, and from based on the questions I do ask, one is they don't know when to enter, when to exit. Part of this is even though if they're learning a trading system from someone else, they don't have the confidence to follow the trading system. So if you don't have the confidence, not even to follow a trading system, then there is going to be some form of a challenge there for you. Hence, it is important, imperative for you as a trader to be very, very confident when it comes to your trading system, your own technical skills. And the reason for this is that it eliminates the what-if scenarios. What if it's going to go up, or what if it's going to go down? What if it's going to go against me? So, if you don't feel confident at the moment from what you currently do have as a system, find a way in order for you to be confident. Okay, very, very important. Okay, 2, fear of losing, fear to execute, fear of success, fear of missing out, fear of taking profits. Here's a perfect example from last Tuesday's class. Actually, no, sorry, Wednesday. There was a great setup for the euro against the US dollar, and the student was analyzing, and then basically out of nowhere he goes, I'm going to wait until the end of the day that I'm going to buy. And then basically, I said, why do you have to wait for the end of the day? If the current price right now is at a level of demand, why won't you buy? And he goes, well, then it's against my rule. I said, okay, which rule are you talking about? So then it turns out, just to prove the point, I basically said, okay, let's put a live trade right now. So the fear of execution is because I need to wait, because what if the price can drop so I can get a better price? What if it will drop and I get stopped out? Well, firstly, there's a reason why we have to put a stop loss. And what is that reason? The reason of that stop loss is just in case that it goes against us, then we have part of that plan is that as part of our defensive mechanism is that that stop will not make it more to a bigger stop. Now the other scenario is that now what if the price is now going to rebound because there are a lot of factual evidence that the price is going to go up? What are you supposed to do? So if the probability that the price is going to go up because it already says so there and then, what are you going to do? Then the simplistic answer is to buy. And so he did, right? And the next day, the euro against the US dollar went 200 pips. And then there's another case, another scenario with the pound against the US dollar. So the confidence issue, which is now the other positive part of the emotion of fear. Fear is the negative emotion, and confidence is the antidote of fear. Confidence level is mainly through if you truly believe in what you analyze and you have a factual evidence, you have the proof that the odds and probability is going to be with you, there shouldn't be no reason why you shouldn't execute. Very, very easy. And the antidote of that as well is that, okay, that just in case it goes to the downside, how much are you willing to risk? And if you are happy with that risk, are you going to be okay with it? And if you say yes, then you have to execute with no reason. Because the reasoning of the decision making process makes that the what if, which is not the hesitation. This is very similar to sport. I know the sport that I do a lot is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or in Taekwondo. Well, Taekwondo, I actually do coach elite athletes and world-class athletes. So these guys, if I tell them you need to do this particular technique, when the right moment comes, you have to do it. If they do it, that means they have a lot of confidence. Well, obviously they do have a lot of confidence because they are now within that level of the elite and the world class. Now, however, if they don't do it, then the number one question basically I always ask them, there was the opportunity right there, so why did you hesitate? And he basically, if he says, no, I don't know, then the other question I ask is, are you afraid? And then all of a sudden, if they ask, if the answer is yes, then I ask why. Why are you afraid? And then out of nowhere, all different answers will come in. I'm afraid I'm going to get injured. I'm afraid that I'm going to get knocked out. This guy kicks way too hard. He's too fast and he's way too stronger. And this is where now I change their mindset to go to the positive side and basically say, listen, close your eyes, visualize it. It doesn't matter who the guy is. When you see it, you take it. And we do certain processes there and then, because we only pretty much have 1 minute in order to change the scenario. Then boom, out of nowhere, bang, he changes, the physiology, the energy level changes. And hence is why the importance of the coaching process is basically now if I know that person is fearful and the opportunity is there, I will tell that person to take action there and then. Because, but I will tell him, say, well, are you willing to risk X amount of dollars? If they say yes, then I'm going to tell them to execute. Because if they don't execute, then they are supposed to learn. Even if, say, it was the trade was a loss, technically speaking, there shouldn't be any form of negative emotion because he already did accept that he's willing to risk $200 or $100, even 50 cents, where in the video about the macro account, while the learning process is that, okay, I'm willing to learn 50 cents or $1. But with the loss of the 50 cents or $1, in actual fact, if you put the relative experience alone, that is priceless. Because without that experience, it is better to lose $1 than losing $1 million later on in the future. Right? So this common challenge in 2012, I see it all the time. It happens up to this day, right at this stage in terms of trading. Sometimes they ask me, I said, why do you enter that? So sometimes I don't even think. I said, I don't know, I just enter it because of this. There's no ifs or what ifs that I do think when I actually do trade. So like with that 190 pips, so there was a loss. It was 190 pips because of that stop loss, because it dictated from the actual trading system itself. But the risk to reward ratio, that if it chooses to drop with the high probability, then at least there's a minimum 1-to-1 reward to risk ratio as well, right? So there's always reasoning or the purpose of the plan. But nevertheless, in terms of fear of losing, fear of execution, fear of success, fear of missing out, fear of taking profits, it's mainly the lack of education, the lack of knowledge, the lack of skill that gives them the confidence to believe on what they're doing, a part of their purpose and why they're trading. Any questions when it comes to this one, in terms of what basically I shared with you? How many of you here experienced that before? Or even currently at the moment, fear of losing? Or you have fear of execution, you cannot press the trigger? Or how about knowing that maybe perhaps you have fear of success, or fear of missing out, or fear of taking profits? Is everybody still there? Hello? I hope I'm not talking to an empty wall.
Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, I've experienced that before, and especially like fear of taking profits. Um, you know about this. So taking profits, sometimes it's already there, but I'm not taking it, and then it reverses, and then I lose. So that's one thing that I learned as well, taking profits. So if profit is there, just take it, and because there's always another opportunity that will come.
Great. Thank you, Anne, for sharing. How about you, Vijay? From your experience in the equities market last year, what do you think you could have done differently, or what do you think was a major challenge of you and why you broke even or basically had a loss of 2012?
So the fiscal news, it was very news driven,
Mm-hmm.
and I was doing very tight risk management.
Yep.
So anything that's down below certain level, I kept selling. And then I'm forced to take profits. But after I sold, and as soon as the new year came and then the news became positive, market just ran off as soon as I sold my big runners. So my biggest fear is not letting the runners run or protecting the profits. What I should have done is bought the put options rather than selling the winners.
Nice.
So that's what I'm trying to get better every time and learning. So the process has been slower than I expect.
Perfect. So did you know before this that the thing that you should have done is the best case scenario is putting a put option? Or you only
Yes,
realized that afterwards?
I didn't know at that time, and
Mm-hmm.
because most of my decisions I decided on that day morning, and then I have to decide before the market closes, which is 1 p.m. Pacific time.
Gotcha. Perfect. At least now I see through that and part of that learning. Now you know what to do for 2013. Excellent. Tony, on your end. So part of your challenges basically from 2012 and before that, what would you do now differently now for 2013?
I think so. For me, I think I may have traded in a wrong time frame. So um, I traded in a short term before, and I don't think I have time to trade in a short term. So to stay on a short term trading, it demands a lot of time that I don't have. So I think, and a lot of my loss has to do with, I wasn't available to pick the trade. So a lot of missing out opportunities.
All right, nice. Thank you for sharing, Tony. Okay, JP, if you're there. Okay, no response. Hung Lee? Hello? Hung Lee, you're still there? No? Oh, hi, Erica. How are you? Okay, so how about yourself, Erica? What major challenges that you experienced last year that you would be able to change for 2012? If you're there. Okay, no response. Hi, I believe this is David. Yep.
Yeah, it's Dave. How you doing, Ronaldo?
How you doing? How are you? I'm good, David. Okay, great. If you just join us, David, basically my question is, what challenge did you have from 2012 that you would be able now to do for 2013 or do something differently in order for you to um, no longer have that challenge, if that makes sense?
It does. Probably the things that you outlined here, confidence in entering and exiting and and maintaining the confidence while you're in a trade and things don't always go the way you're expecting them to.
Gotcha. Nice. Thank you for sharing, David. Okay, and Erica basically stated breaking too many rules. And now I believe, now Erica, you would know now this for this year, right? Not to break any rules. In other words, be more disciplined by following your own set of rules. Okay, great. All right, switch now leads to discipline. Okay, discipline is a challenging, not just an emotion, but an act, or basically to do. Excuse me. So discipline mainly comes from the Latin word, I think disciplinare or something. So it means disciple, and it is mainly student. So fortunately, people, some, depending on when you're growing up, the word discipline could be negatively used, or discipline could be also be a very good word, right? So, but to maintain discipline, to follow one's rules, excuse me, is mainly just to follow that and just having the integrity to follow that set of rules too, and being happy by following those set of rules. Alrighty, missing minor details, basically of the overall picture. Unfortunately, sometimes when we're just focused with one thing, and this is the disadvantage of technical analysis, where if you don't have much knowledge in terms of what's really happening globally, and you just focus on the technical analysis point of view, pattern traders are just stuck to looking at patterns, and there's a disadvantage of that. Some patterns, let's say for example an evening star. An evening star sometimes can just be a reversal, a minor reversal, or mainly a correction. And part of the correction is now leads to a continuation of the momentum of the trend to the upside. So a perfect example was that Euro-Yen trade. You know, it formed a beautiful pattern which is part of our methodology, and there is a certain indicator that basically stated like, hey, it is time to sell. But in actual fact, it is just a correction, and the reason being is the bigger time frame is showing that the bulls are in control. There's more buyers than sellers. So those minor details can also influence the way how we trade, right? So missing the minor details. So looking at the overall picture of what really is the market's telling us objectively is the most challenging part in trading. Consistency. Here we go, consistency. Who here agrees with me that consistency is definitely a very challenging thing to do, especially to consistently profit? Right, now when it comes to consistency, if you are trying to think that you're going to win all the time, please change your mindset, because we will never going to be 100% right. However, if you do know your probability of winning in terms of win-to-lose ratio, then awesome. The reason for that too is better to think that way is in order for you not to have the pressure to perform. As a full-time trader, it is a little bit more challenging to maintain the consistency, and also to think that, oh man, I need to make money here, because if I keep thinking I need to make money, then I won't be able to focus on the performance. The performance is the important part, because when you perform, you get paid. If you don't perform, you don't get paid. So when we talk about performance, what does it mean? It means that I'm following my set of rules from step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. What is step 1 for me, for example? Step 1, maintaining a good, healthy lifestyle, going to the gym, exercising, and so forth. Step 2, eating properly, getting proper rest, hydrated, and so forth. Step 3, going to my trading room, where I have 1 hour just to analyze the marketplace. No phone calls, no emails, no Facebook, no Twitter, no nothing. Shut my door, pretty much just me and the marketplace. Step 3, analyzing the marketplace objectively, following my 5-step process. That's step 4. Step 5, putting my trades through the trading checklist. And then basically after that, close the computer and I'm done and let the market do its thing. And then before, so that was before. How about during? During trading, look at the marketplace, not micromanaging the account, letting it following my intuition. What is it still saying? And if my intuition says take the profits, and am I happy with it? Go for it. Does it break the rule of my trading plan? This is where you need to be adaptable with the marketplace, that sometimes the plan can be changed. Step 7, after trading. What happens after trading? Well, after trading, do something else. Don't go back to the marketplace once again to double dip, because you get to the overconfidence stage. So when you get into that mode, close your computer off and just basically say to yourself, why am I trading? Why I'm trading? Because of the freedom. I get paid, so I don't need to look at my computer screen anymore. I don't need to look at trading. I'm going to spend time now with family. I'm going to spend time to read a book, to write a book, to teach, to do whatever you want to do. So that's the freedom, the purpose of why you're trading. It's not a normal job. Trading, at the end of the day, trading is still a job. That's why if someone tells me I want to be a day trader and then their purpose is to have the freedom, it wouldn't work, because day trading is a full-time job. So they cannot have the freedom to do what they want to do if they want to day trade, right? So these are the things, okay, in terms of the challenges of traders. So now, to have consistency for 2013, what processes can you put in place in order for you to be consistent for 2013? So write down your trading journals. In order for you to be consistent for 2013, what process can you put in place in order for you to profit consistently for this year? Okay, give you guys a couple of minutes. Okay, let's start from you,
Could you repeat the
VJ.
question, Ray?
Yes.
Could you repeat the question again?
Yeah. So the question is, what processes can you put in place for 2013 so you can maintain your consistency? So, or in other words, to be a consistent, profitable trader for 2013, what processes can you put in place in order for you to maintain consistency? All right. Thank you, Erica. One is to follow rules, keep top of the frame, to trade less is better, and remain focused. Fantastic. Good. Okay. And what would you do in order for you to meet your goal for 2013 in terms of consistency? So what process can you put in place in order for you to maintain consistency?
Attend the live classes consistently, and if I don't attend, to watch the recorded ones. Meditate, going over my trading log over the past 6 months just to reflect on how I made those profits, and always set a solid plan before, during, and after any of the trades I enter.
All right, perfect, great. Dave, if you're going to trade now for 2013, not just the consistency then in profitability, but consistency in order to learn how to trade, what systems or process can you do in order to maintain consistency?
Yeah, I think keeping well, first of all, following a written plan and keeping a trade journal, and checking in with others, sharing information with others and getting others' perspective, and not just trying to keep it all in my own head, but sharing views with others. I think those are the things that are going to help me be more consistent.
Great. Hung Lee, what process can you put in place in order for you to maintain consistency for this year?
Follow my trading plan more, and probably reach out to everybody with this group and everybody know so I don't sidetrack.
All right, great, beautiful, thank you. Jafar, I don't know if you can hear us. Okay, let's move down to JP, if you're there.
Yeah, I'm here, right?
So what processes can you...
For 2013?
Yes.
That'd be a combination of all those sorts of things. Going over my plan every day, depending on the trader. I've got a sort of a confidence and belief issue, so going over my daily beliefs, that's the thing that I need to do. It's similar to meditation, just a variation on it. Keeping my journal, not just a trade journal, but also an emotional journal. I find that why I reacted in certain situations in the past, what helps me moving forward. And also attending not only the live session, but also the hour of power in the morning. I think that zoning out and just going into my trading room really has really helped me quite a lot this year, and I'll pretty much do that coming to 2013 as well.
Nice, beautiful, thank you. Tony?
For me, I think mainly what I plan to do is I need to plan my trading way in advance, and I will only trade based on the daily or weekly charts. So I do not plan to go any lesser time frame. And also, I think I also need to do. I need to keep updating the trading rules that I have.
Perfect.
Yeah, a lot of times I do have trading rules, but then I don't update them, and so things gets outdated and out of sync.
Great, thank you. VJ?
Oh, hi, Ray. So one of the things I need to change is letting the leaders in my portfolio news-proof them, meaning sometimes news is bad, but we know they're called leaders and they need some time to run. So I have to change my exit criteria on winners, on leaders versus the rest of the members in the portfolio.
All right, very nice. Thank you, VJ. Very good, guys. Okay, let's move to the next one. Confidence to pull the trigger. That's also a common challenge of 2012. Next one is staying in the trade too long. So that's also VJ's example right there. Not following your own set of rules, so you guys know that. Not having the right mind, not right system for you. Yeah, sometimes, you know, the consistency or the losses is basically, yes, it is 100% us, but if you don't have the right system for you, that also plays a big role on why you're not profiting, right? So before, basically, Anne basically stated like, hey, I simplified the way how I traded. That would basically work for me, and that's how I created the consistency. So, you know, through back testing, yeah, but the question is, when you're back testing, don't just back test based on the actual system itself. Back test the system based on your profiling. What do you mean by profiling? It means that based on your risk averseness. Are you more risk averse, or are you more of a risk taker? Are you more a neurotic type of trader, meaning more emotional? Or are you a type of person that can handle emotion? And are you a type of person who can take full responsibility, or are you a type of person who is just being impulsive? So these are the things that profiling is so important to fit with the system that you are currently using. The system and your profile should be in synchronicity. You're like an engine. So if your engine is out of tune, what do? You go to the mechanic in order to tune it so it can run properly. But if the engine is out of tune, then it won't run properly and it can do damage to the engine. Same thing. So, you know, if your system is not in the same sync with you, and hence the inconsistency to profit. Mindset. So having the right mindset in trading, in actual fact, 98%, that is my research, 95% will struggle in terms of inconsistencies because not having the right mindset. Not knowing who they are as an individual, in terms, I say not knowing I'm saying here more that the person seeks more the having part of success rather than thinking more of the process rather than the having. Persistence, not cutting the losers right too quickly. And oh yeah, the other one here is let me think about it. Very, very interesting. There are two types of people. People who are action takers and person who will always say, let me think about it. Person always says, let me think about it. I know automatically what type of person they are. They are either the skeptic or they're fearful, their lack of trust and belief. And these are all based on part of their past experience. That's why when I always hear that to someone else, let me think about it, I don't push them. I don't push them to go beyond when it comes down to their next level of trading, because it will be a challenge. Once a belief has been already put in place, it will take time in order for that belief to change. Life is like an onion. The thicker the layer of the onion, the more challenging that onion will be peeled off, right? So, I was trying to work with this one client, the prospective client, who came up and basically said, this is what I've done for 2013. I put some money into a couple of investments and so forth, and people handling my money, but they're not making me any money, and trying to do this and that, it's not working. And then so basically I stated, like, hey, I know where your issues are. This is what we need to do in order for you to resolve, not just in terms of the mindset part or what you need to improve on in your trading. And basically goes, well, I don't know you, so in order for me to gain trust, would you mind if for the next 2 weeks I give you a certain stock, you analyze it for me, and basically let me know what you think? I said, okay, fine. So for 2 weeks, analyze Apple for him, and bingo, everything pretty much I just stated, went to where it should go. And so then he came back and said, well, you were spot on. And my question to him was, what did you do now with the Apple trade? Did you get out or this and that? Because I don't know what his strategy, what he's using. And then after that, he said, oh, I hang on to it. And I said, sometimes the universe could be so nice that it can give you second chances. And it gave you a second chance to basically hop out, for you to profit. And then, okay, so next, what do you want to do now? Okay, so what do you want to do? This. And then when he said, let me think about it, automatically said, okay, good luck to you. Let me know when you're ready and I'll be there for you. Because I don't want to pursue, when someone says that to me, I don't want to pursue anymore. And the reason for it is because part of the belief, either you take action or you don't take action. If the person is saying, this is what I want for this, 2013, great. And if I couldn't do that for you, what are you going to do? Are you going to take action? If the person says yes, awesome, then we take action. If they don't say no, no. And the reason why I'm saying this, because the marketplace is the same. When a particular price hits your trigger point. So if your rule, if your system is saying, if the price is going to go to $510, it is time to buy. Now, if it goes through there, and then you're still saying, let me think about it whether I should hit the button or not, the price will move without you. And hence now you miss the opportunity. And then from there, when the price is now going to 520, 523, 525, totally guarantee you 100% of the time that trader will be shaking their head and kicking themselves and cursing and like, oh man, I can't believe I fucking did that. Why did I miss out in this? So the regret happens, the shoulds, the coulds, the woulds. This is part of the challenges, basically 2012. Approximately, probably the people that I've met through that time and last year would be 60 to 70%. And then if I look into the way how they trade, they miss the price is because they're still thinking about it. So for this year, if you have this process and this one word is one sentence. Try and catch it. Try and catch your thoughts. So if the price is there, what are you supposed to do? You're going to take action or not take action. Remember, there is no trying. There's nothing in between. Either you do it or you don't. Thinking is similar to trying. So if you're still thinking, that means that now you're unsure. What if the price will go against me? What if I'm going to lose? What if is this? What if it's that? So cut yourself when that happens within that instant, and then take action. The antidote of that is the worst case scenario is, what would be the worst case scenario that if I entered this trade, will I lose all of my money? Will I lose my house? Will I do this? Will I do that? If you say no, then go for it. If you're happy that you're willing to lose that X amount of money, go for it. Right? So that is the antidote. So your job, your homework is when that happens, when you're trading, catch yourself and change the process of your thoughts. So you cannot fight thoughts, unfortunately. Thoughts are like what we call your monkey mind. Right? Where does it come? Where does it really? Where's the source of that thought? The thought comes from a certain idea based on an experience in the past. That's pretty much what thought is. It either could be good, it could be bad. If the experience in the past was good, then you'll have positive thoughts. If you had bad experience in the past, then you have negative thoughts. So, but if you have negative thoughts, to change to a positive thought, then look at the best case scenario. So the best case scenario is that, hey, if I enter right now, the probability that I'm going to make $1,000 overnight is highly probable. I totally guarantee you you're going to have a big smile on your face. Right? But if the thought is going, ooh, shoot, I'm worried that what if then I'm going to lose now $1,000, totally guarantee you your facial expression won't be a smiley face, it will be a sad face. Because that experience, also what happened in the past is maybe perhaps you also now lost $1,000 three times in a row, and hence on the fourth trade is now you're worried that you might lose another $1,000, right? So change it into a positive thought. What would be the best case scenario that if I entered this trade with the highest probability, if the probability is with you or 80% and above, go for it, do it. If it's 90%, excuse me, if it's 90%, then for me I add more positions, to be honest. Okay, does that make sense, right, in terms of the process when you have this thought? So catch it, okay? Be careful with it. All right, let's go through now why is it a challenge. Okay, the first one is now the world is revolved around the have-do-be principle. The have-do-be principle is mainly that, okay, if I make $10,000 a month from trading, then you do the act of trading, then you'll see yourself as being successful. Being disciplined, being committed, being rich, being determined. Okay, let's be honest and basically in the room. Basically there's 7 people in the room, which is great. You know, you're a good small group. Who here sees themselves first that if you make that X amount of money part of your goal, then you will see yourself as being successful in trading, that you're a successful trader, or that you're a disciplined trader, or that you're the best trader in the world. So who sees this scenario?
I do at the moment.
Okay, one, thanks Anne for your honesty. Vijay.
Me too, if I make 10,000 a month.
Mm-hmm. Good, thank you Vijay. Tony.
I guess I'm not really focusing on how much I make.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that if I pick the right trade,
mm-hmm.
and it turns out that it works the way that I expect it to work, that may just be, I can just double what I make. It's not really a dollar amount.
All right, great. Thank you. Thank you for your honesty. JP.
Yeah, I 10,000 a month, I suppose, from trading.
That number is just an example, right? So, but if you make X amount a month from trading, then you see yourself being successful, right?
I don't think the dollar value is the principle. I think more successful is just following your plan. I mean, sometimes it's just successful just following it because it's a loss. But at the end of the day, just being consistent with following the plan, the dollars will come afterwards anyway.
Okay, gotcha. So, in other words, if you follow your plan, then you'll see yourself as being successful.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay, Hung Lee. Nope. All right, Erica. I think no, she doesn't have mic. Okay, Dave. Nope. Okay, so Anne already been stated. All right, let me rephrase the question. Who here sees themselves as already a successful trader or the best trader in the world?
I am not successful, Ray. So.
Gotcha. So Vijay says no, Erica says no, and
I would say yes at the moment because I kind of like proved the system over the past 6 months. So to me today, I can say that I'm successful in trading. So the money is now just going to happen.
okay. So, but however, before you basically said that if I X makes amount of money, then I see myself as being successful. So what happens then now if you don't make that goal for that month? Do you still see yourself being successful?
Yes, I will still be successful because then I would accept the loss that I didn't make the 10,000 for the month and review why I didn't make the 10,000.
Okay, great. Erica says no. Dave.
Sorry, I was having trouble getting off mute. You know, if I wouldn't count the goal as the money. If I was successful if I followed the plan. If I didn't make 10,000 because the trades weren't there, or you know, whatever the reason that I followed the plan, then I would feel successful.
Gotcha. All right. Hung Lee. All right. There's a good question here. When should you give up? So when should you give up?
Never.
I'm sorry?
Never give up. What would you want to give up for?
Yeah, but some people do, right? So now Erica basically stated, when should you give up though? So if you keep losing all the time, when should you give up? Okay. I guess we need to clarify the question. When should you give up when you're losing X amount of trades all the time, or when should you give up, totally give up, like as in terms of profession? Except you're not made to be a trader. Too many losses. And you've tried everything. So if you tried everything, you've had a coach, you had a mentor, and it still didn't work. Too many losses. Well, I can only basically share just my experience. Well, there are a couple of times where I almost bloody gave up. So 2000, so when I lost 2003, then the other one was 2006, and then sometimes like, because as a professional trader and you're just having an income, there are times where I have the thought of just basically giving it up if say I've lost say within that month. And then I calculate, oh, okay, well, I have X amount of money that I can survive for X amount of months. So when that happens, I normally just either take a good break and not think about trading. That's when you travel or you do the things that you basically just love doing. But if you have the thought that you are going to give up because it's no longer there, then one, is it really, in trading you need to have the passion for it, because if you're not passionate, you don't have the desire, because the desire gives us the motivation to keep going. That's what ticks in terms of the commitment, and the motivation is the desire. How bad do you really want it? So in 2003, when I lost, because I'm the type of person, I do not just quit just like that. I have to give everything my all. I gave myself pretty much 1 year. So when I sold my properties and had that cash to basically pay my credit cards and just to live off, it was sad because those properties were giving me passive income. And I gave myself pretty much 12 months. So within that 12 months, I did a lot of seminars, and hence, I spent, oh my gosh, if I really calculate, I've spent probably about $150,000 in education. So just from self-development, private coaching, and going to classes, with going through basically private coaching from professional traders who used to trade on the floor, and basically gave myself that, okay, if I'm going to spend this amount of money, then I need to at least if I can make 30%, then great. So the best workshops that basically I did was, they were expensive. In Anthony Robbins, I paid like 40, 50 grand for it, I believe. So, but to find, what my belief systems are, and what the things I need to work on based on my values and so forth, and then did more than I did Landmark. I did Harv Theaker. I did pretty much all the self-development. Marshall Silver, I did self-hypnosis. So at the end, it's no longer about technical analysis, but mainly about myself. And then after that, spoke to other traders, and then basically showed the way I was trading, and they told me that you have too much stuff on your screen. Get rid of that, simplify it. And at first I didn't really understand, because most of the good traders that I've spoken to, they don't have something on their charts. Like, how do they really know when to buy or when to do this without an indicator? And that's when one guy, actually there's not just one guy, a few of them, a couple of them who traded using those screens, and said, well, you need to learn about price action, you need to know where the demand level is, where the supply is, you need to know the trend and so forth, and then, well, you do physics, you love physics, and look into the laws of physics. And so I did my homework. They didn't give me all the answers, but at the end of the day, to find those out, and like, holy moly, I saw a different light when it comes to trading. So, in terms of giving up, if you're already there and you know that you're almost there, don't give up. Go for it, because you just don't know where the highest point of the mountain. Sometimes you're just hiking, and then you just don't realize that you're just on the pinnacle. You're just on the top. You already reached it. Because sometimes, I've met other traders who are all almost there, and then they give up. I had some students who was in the program for 12 months. They became so consistently profitable, like 3 months in a row. Then all of a sudden, you're just with 1 month of a loss, and then you coach them and you come back, and then all of a sudden they disappear. And like, what happened? And then life get into your way. So it's sad to see, after all that effort that they put in, and then they just give up, and they're already there. But it's just the nature of the beast and the nature of the game, and hence this is how I see it in trading, where trading is not really for everybody. It's mainly for the elite. Either they give up, they leave, or they keep going. And it's true. The guys that I spoke in New York, sometimes they see people on the floor, and out of nowhere they're gone. Where did they disappear to? Some of them made so much money that they just left. And some of them, they lost so much money that they couldn't come back anymore. So yeah, please don't give up. If you're into that state, find something invest in your education, doesn't matter for me or somebody else, and find a way to make it work. Okay, as well as learning, don't you think that there are those that just have the skill, or are you saying it can be learned and be persistent? Absolutely. Did you know, or do you know that even pretty much a 10-year-old kid can do trading? Trading is very, very easy, to be honest. What makes it challenging and really difficult is the 6 inches between our ears, right? So you notice right there, one guy before was just asking where the direction of the euro against the yen is going to go. Well, I said, well, this is a technical analysis workshop, and out of nowhere, he just wants the answer, and then all of a sudden he leaves. So that guy is missing the whole point. He's missing the point that it is not got to do about where the direction is. The question is how, with your skill set, your knowledge base, your mindset. We always say that if you have a strong mind and you have the skill set, you're going to win consistently with high probability. Now, the challenging part in trading is the uncertainty of events, right? We don't know what the future holds. Oh, and here's what basically one of... let me scroll down to the very end. Because when it comes to trading in terms of the future, everybody will have to speculate. So Jesse Livermore states that to invest or speculate successfully, one must form an opinion to what the next move of importance will be in a given stock, a given currency, a given future. Speculation is nothing more than anticipating coming movements. And I totally agree, because we have to speculate, we have to anticipate where the price is going to be, but in order to anticipate correctly, one must have a definite basis for that anticipation. So that definite basis of anticipation is the factual evidence, or what evidence do you have as part of your speculation that it is going to go to the upside, to the downside, go to the sideways movement. If you have enough information, and part of that information will give you the confidence. That confidence is the probability. So if you have, say, a 99.99% probability that it's going to go up, then there is no hesitation. You will confidently execute the trade. True? Yes or no?
Yes, true.
One person says yes. How about the rest of the group?
Yes, true, correct.
2, 3. 3 people say yes. So it has to be 8. Now, if you don't have that evidence, or that factual evidence, this is where makes the difference between the professional trader and the intermediate trader and a rookie. A rookie will only know how far they can go based on what they know. They only know what they know. The intermediate trader will only know what they know. A professional trader will know what they know, which more than the intermediate, more than the rookie. So just imagine now if you're doing this everything by yourself, then it will be more challenging. That's what differentiates us between us and Goldman Sachs. Is Goldman Sachs that they have all the information necessary, and if you don't believe me, if you go online or Google on a day-to-day basis, there's always going to be insider information. So this insider information gives already a leading edge to those who have those information. Goldman Sachs has a picosecond ahead information out of everybody else. So if you only know what you know currently from what you've read, from what you've experienced, from what you've learned, that's the only way that you can earn money from the marketplace. But how can you do that though? By going beyond that, is through getting proper education from someone who will give you the right information that you will use to trade that particular asset or particular vehicle. Because if you're just learning, say, a system, that system is only a one part of the element to successful trading, correct? Now, if you go online, how many people will basically are out there just to teach a system? How many?
A lot.
Almost pretty much, what, 90%, right, will teach a system. A lot. Because that's all they're going to do is just teach you a system. But part of that system is what? Only technical analysis with an indicator? But there's more into that. But what really leads into a technical indicator or technical analysis? News. But what sort of news are you supposed to look for? So these are the important elements that you need to find. What type of news? So GDP, PPI, Bernanke, Feds, ECB, BOE, and so forth, gold, copper, all the resources. And they need to, they're all connected. But then on the dollar index, then you put that everything all together, and at least that will give you extra more push into your evidence, factual evidence, to have a definite basis for that anticipation and speculation that you're going to give to the marketplace. Very, very important. Hence, that's why a lot of traders fail, not just because of the mindset part, and just on a technical analysis point of view, is because they're missing the whole point of why they're analyzing, right? When the way how they analyze whatever they're analyzing or whatever asset that they want to analyze. So there are a lot of stuff that needs involvement when it comes to trading. I know one person here works for an institution, you know, and he will tell you that in an institution there are different departments, a lot of research has to be put in place before they even put a trade. So imagine day traders with just the amount of skill that they do have. That's the only way that they will make money is based on their skill level, right? So important. Okay, any questions? Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. Okay, cool. All right. Wow. Okay. I know I'm going a little bit overboard. I'm just gonna go for another probably 10-15 minutes, guys. All right. So, to be honest, I have a lot of information for today, but I kind of didn't realize that there is, you know, you're just talking more. But if you have anything that you need for me to clarify, or you have any challenges for me to basically to go through whatever topic that you want, please feel free. Okay. All right. Let me move to the next slide. All right. So we were in a topic of the have do be. Now the solution for that is this. The be do have principle. The be do have, when I got this concept, everything basically changed around in the way how I trade. Like, you know, everything I touch turns to gold, pretty much. And the reason is that it is important to know who we are as a person. When I say know her as a person, when I say who I am, I'm not saying that I am a father of with a 2.5-year-old daughter, and I'm a trader and so forth. That is not, because that is not who I am. But if I say to myself that I am the best trader in the world that can profit in any market condition, and that is who I am based on my integrity, my discipline, my motivation, my commitment, and that is who I am. So it is more of the internal factor. So as I was asking earlier before, like, you know, who can see themselves right now that they are successful, they're the best trader in the world. Technically speaking, you should be saying that 100% with full conviction. It is imperative, and the reason I'm saying, if you're saying to yourself, I am successful right now, and that is who I am, with full conviction and confidence, you will do everything successfully in any area of your life with confidence. This is the process that we do with athletes, world-class athletes, regardless, you know, if you talk to sports psychologists, this is the process of what we do to these athletes. We have to tell them over and over again, are you a world champion? Are you an Olympic champion? Are you a champion? Can you see yourself as a champion? It is imperative for them that they need to see themselves as a champion. And we tell them that everything starts right now where you're at when you're training. Every time you kick, every time you move, you do it with confidence, with conviction, with total belief within yourself that you can do that technique, you can do that strategy, you can do everything offensively and defensively. Because if we don't say that, if we don't do that, if we don't give them the imagery in their heads that they are the best, that they are a world champion, that they are a champion, they will never ever be able to do it. The reason is that once they get to the competitive level, and we're now in the competition mode, imagine that athlete, that you're telling that athlete, oh man, you're not good enough. Geez, come on man, what are you doing? You're not fast enough. You are not this, you're not that. You know, when you win, then I'm going to call you as a champion. But for now, you are not a champion. Imagine me as a coach saying that to the athlete. Imagine as a downer. Imagine the whole team will be a downer. So when I'm coaching a trader, I do the same process. I need to let them know that they are the best, that they are a champion trader. But in order for that person to do that is that also they need to put everything 100%, giving back onto me, giving their homework, and so forth, and they're analyzing. When they're analyzing there and then I'm giving them feedback and I said, okay, hey, why did you do this? Why did you do that? How can you make it better? How come you're not executing? How come you're not taking your profits? How come you're not this? So that's why it's so important to know who you are, your level of awareness of who you are. Because if you say to yourself, I am successful, I am a champion trader, your guaranteed your physiology will automatically change. Now, the monkey mind is a challenge, though. The monkey mind will say, no, you're not. You're not successful. You're not confident. And then it will fight with the good and the bad. You see, this is where the good, and the evil happens. So the fear is mainly our inner demons, because part of now hence the belief system in the past, the bigger, thicker layers, these are part of the experience, what happened in the past. Maybe perhaps your parents or someone told you that you're not good enough, but in order for you to be good enough, you need to show me results and so forth, which lead that individual to believe in what they believe within that moment, there and then, which creates as part of their behavior, their personality. So in terms of athletes, if you see athletes, they're very confident with the way how they are. It's because of not the upbringing from the home, but maybe from the upbringing from the sport. If they have a good coach will motivate them over and over again. This is the motivation process. That's why, when we're training, if a person is negative, oh man, we kick him out because there's no negativity. That's why in the trading, I choose students only in terms of the positiveness. If they're negative, that's fine. We can change that. But if they do it over and over again, then I just tell them honestly and say, listen, I don't think trading is really for you. I think it's best to keep your money, save your time, do something different else. Because, if you're going to keep on going, you'll probably just lose more than anything. So that's why the level of awareness, it's important, knowing of how you feel, your value system and your belief system. Your value system also should be in congruent with your belief system. So if you say to yourself, I am a champion, as a supporting belief, then what value systems do you have in order to back up your supporting belief? Then the value systems that will support the belief of I am a champion is that I am committed, I am disciplined, I am patient, I'm abundant, I have the integrity that once it's time to do homework, it's time to do homework. So A champion, in my point of view, is that if you do everything correctly, not just correctly, the process, and you perform to your best ability, regardless of whatever the end result is, either win or lose, you are a champion. Unfortunately, in society, if you win a gold medal, everybody says, "Oh, mate, you're so good, you're a champion." But the person who came second, they don't realize that the person who came second is also a champion, because they didn't see the whole process from point A to point B, the hard work on that person, basically what he did. So, just because you lost doesn't necessarily mean that you're not successful. No way. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're not a champion. Definitely not. But if you see yourself and you do your action steps and you perform and you did the best you can, win or lose, it doesn't matter. So if you do the process, you followed your rules, you win. If you did the process, you followed your rules, you lost, you're still a champion. Okay, for those who didn't follow their plans, who don't follow their own set of rules, you don't follow your own set of rules, your own plan, is because of this part right here. That's what's causing you to lose. Because if you're lazy, you didn't follow your rules, automatically you lose. Now, if you didn't follow your rules and you're still lazy but you won, for me that's just pure luck. Technically speaking, you should give it away. In terms of profits, technically speaking, like in terms of a universal point of view, in terms of enlightenment point of view, because it's just luck. Hence is why gamblers, gambling, in my own definition, is when you're just going out there for the sake of going in just to have fun. Trading is not about having fun. You're not there to trade. You're trading because you want to make money. You're trading because you want to make money to have the freedom to choose what you want to do, right? You want to get out of your job, you want to go trading, then you need to do the process properly. If you want to follow your rules, you need to be in a state of having the proper discipline. But how can you be disciplined? You need to have the integrity. Integrity, in my own definition, is when you follow your word. It is an honors of one's word. In other words, the promise that if you say you're going to do this, then make sure you're going to do what you say. Hence, that's why in my value system, integrity is my highest value. The reason of that is because integrity, to maintain integrity every second, every millisecond, every minute, every hour, every day, every moment, is so challenging. Sometimes, if I say to myself, I'm going to go to training at 9 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the morning, but because it's so cold outside, I'm going to go, nope, I'm not going to go. Now, if I made a choice, I didn't want to go because I choose to, that's fine. However, if I didn't make a personal choice, and I'm making a lot of reasons, my day is crappy. And the reason because I broke my own rule that I promised to myself that I got to training, I didn't do it. I was creating a lot of reasoning. Trading happens all the time, especially in day trading. You say to yourself, I'm going to hop out at this price. And then out of nowhere, you're not hopping out. And now you broke your own set of rules. You broke your integrity, right? So very, very important to have this principle. The doing part is easy. You can learn, you can have your own set of rules from the system that you already do have. The challenging part is this, to follow that in order to get that. Questions, challenges, issues. Nothing? All right, cool. Does that make sense? All right. 2, beliefs and values are not incongruent with the trading system, so we already touched base on that. Examples of beliefs: I can learn how to trade on my own. I can double my money in 3 weeks. Trading is hard. I am disciplined. I am consistent, profitable trader. 6 months is too long to be profitable. So all this type of stuff. So if you catch yourself in your whatever thoughts that you currently do have, those are part of your belief system. So a great exercise that you can do in order to be a consistent profitable trader for 2013 is actually sit down on your own and write down whatever thoughts you currently do have when it comes to trading. And then I want you to identify it, whether it's a limiting belief or a supporting belief. Your supporting beliefs, if you identify supporting beliefs, keep on affirming them and use that as an advantage in terms of comes your trading. The limiting beliefs, eliminate them. But how can you eliminate them? Is by going through and finding ways on how to make it positive. So say, for example, trading is hard. Change that to make it trading is easy. The good and the bad will always fight, but if you keep, say you put in a trade, you made a profit, put that as a visual process, an imagery, make it as a story, implant it, and you think about that every day, all the time, and then say to yourself, oh, see, look at that, trading is so easy. I made this because I followed my rules, I did that, and hence trading is easy. Trading is easy. I made a profit, trading is easy. I followed my rules, hence trading is easy. So keep it going over and over again, minimum 27 to 30 days. But in actual fact, the best exercise to do that every day, pretty much for the rest of your life as a trader. This is what we call a imagery exercise and vision trading, is what I call it. But in sport, part of the not just the meditation, but the imagery of the athlete is for them to see the movement, everything that they've done correctly over and over again. That when that before actually fighting, even before training. So that's their job before they come to practice, and then when they now into the actual competition itself, it's going to be easy for them. And that's one of the secrets on why Stanford actually won the whole conference of last year. My job is to get these guys on the psychological factor in terms of their mindset. And of course, not just for the mindset, but of course, the skill set, we changed certain elements in the way how they did things. So in trading, it is a little bit more challenging, of course, in trading because we're competing against the market every time we trade. So if you're a day trader, you're trading and you're competing at Olympic level on a daily basis. If you're a swing trader, you're competing against the marketplace on a swing trading environment, 2 to 3 days and so forth. Now, if you're a precision trader where you're only trading once a week, then at least you're competing against the marketplace once a week. Every time you go against the market or you're trading with the marketplace, you are in a competition mode at an Olympic level. Not at a novice level, at an Olympic level, where everyone that's against you are professional athletes. I just call them professional athlete traders. Why? Because they have the buying power, they have the money, they have the resource, they have the information. You, on the other hand, where are you at right now? I don't know. You need to answer that by yourself, right? So, if you're a white belt or blue belt, odds and probability that you're going to be consistent, unlikely. So, if your goal is to be consistent 2013 and beyond, find ways in order to be up on the black belt level. So get your speed to the black belt level. Okay? Right. Solution, change. In order to change, you must change. At the end of the day, every belief has to be changed by you. Even me as a coach, if the person is not open to change, it wouldn't do a single squat, unfortunately. Okay, so you have to do it yourself, unfortunately. So if you're basically saying to yourself, I'm a righteous person, I can't do anything. Your wife won't do anything. Your partner won't do anything. People around you won't be able to change you. You have to change yourself. It's like that saying, you can't, you can't what? Train an old dog new tricks. So, but you need to do it yourself if you need to change. I can give you the knowledge, I can give you the information, I can give you the exercises. End of the day, would you be able to do it? If you won't do it, then squat. Nothing will do, right? Get a mentor or coach, like a dojo. You can't beat a black belt if you don't have the skill set to beat them. I've been saying this actually pretty much for years, and that's what makes me different to anybody else in the trading industry, is because of the process. It's like an ingredient. Very important to first have the psychological factor, knowing first of what their deficit is internally, then teach them the outer game of trading, because the outer game is so easy. What is the outer game? Technical analysis is easy. Macro fundamentals is easy. Anything got to do with trading on the outer environment, it's very easy. The challenging part is the inner game, which is us. Okay, number 3, there's no or limited level of self-awareness. When I say that, self-awareness meaning, are you aware of your thoughts all the time, right here, right now? No or limited level of trading skill, trading for the wrong reasons. So I would rather trade to be right rather than trade for profit. So take that out of the equation. Nice. Okay. I will stop through there. I know there's a lot of information, a lot of homework that you can do right now. So in order to summarize what we've spoken so far, in order to be consistently profitable for 2013, I want you to, whatever you wrote in your trading journal at the moment, make it neat, create a certain rule based for yourself, print it out, put it in your computer, your trading room, and at least that's the one that will give you as a form of reference that, hey, you really want to be consistent for 2013, then you need to do this. Okay, so those are your new set of rules for 2013. Thoughts, if health is an issue, find a way to be healthier. If a technical analysis point of view, skill set is lacking, find a way in order to get better in your technical analysis. Maybe perhaps you're learning the wrong way from somebody else. Right, I'm more than happy to help you guys out, Feel free to come into the live trading classes, the base of the daily trading routine. You can see what we're doing there. Yeah, the live trading classes, basically it's subscription based, but the prerequisite of that is you need to know our trading methodology. Unfortunately, I won't accept anyone who doesn't know anything about our methodology. But if you don't want to, but at least you can see our daily trading routine. It's no cost for you guys in the room, and just come in. It's basically just an hour, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, because I'm just mainly trying to catch potential trades. These are more swing trades. These are not day trades. I don't day trade. I only trade when there's close to a good reporting, and there's good reports, then I catch just quick short news. But 90% to 99% of my trades are all swing trades, right? And now for the rest of you, I will see you guys next week. January 20th, I am doing the Ultimate Trader for basically people who can't come to the office. I'm doing it on a webinar based. So it's a 12-part series, pretty much, as a form of not just planning, preparation, mindset, and some of the technical skills that pretty much what we do. Okay. All right. Any questions for me? Did that work? At least something that for you guys to work on for this year. Feedback. Give me some feedback. Nothing? Okay, then if there's nothing, sounds good. I will send the slides to you guys, and then what I can do as well, just to continue for next month, I can just continue the other half of the slide to continue as well from what we've spoken today. How's that? That would be cool. Alrighty, not a problem. My pleasure. I recorded the first half. Yes, I recorded I missed just about 10 minutes of it, but more than an hour and a half, yes, has been recorded. Great. Alright, guys. Until next time, happy trading, good luck, and keep at it, work at it, and then for the rest, I'll see you in class, or I'll see you at the meeting next week. Thank you and enjoy.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Thank you. See ya.
Bye.
0.
Bye, JP.